friends, every now and again. The early hours of the morning of March 11th, 2025, a shooting took place in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The shooting left 2 dead and 1 injured, one of the deceased being Donald Slidell Jr., or more popularly known online as the brother of Tophiachu, Brother Chew. The person injured was Maria Lucero, also known as the mother of Tophiachu, Mama Chew. These people are of course known online as being part of the Slidell family, with Tophia and Papachu as well, and while the entire eccentric family had its own internet presence, it mainly revolved around Tophia and her constant TikTok live streams and endless fights with trolls. But all of that changed on the morning of March 11th when Tophia uploaded a very haunting Instagram story claiming that her brother had been shot and was most likely not with us anymore. At the time, people weren't sure if this was true, what was really going on, if Tophia actually had the nerve to fake this. But then as the hours went on, it became more and more clear that this was a real event, and pictures of Brother Chew's car after the incident took place really set that in stone. Now, it became clear afterwards what had happened. A man his identity really isn't that confirmed yet, so I'm not going to say it, but there are theories out there. A man who decided to carjack him. He knocked on the window, Brother Chew didn't open it, and he opened fire, instantly ending it. Mama Chew was in the car, Tophiachu was in the car, Tophia got out of the car. Mama Chew, being an elderly woman, could not get out of the car in time, and the man decided to then sit on Brother Chew's lifeless body, drive the car away, and at some point in this entire scuffle, opened fire on Mama Chew, hitting her in the face. The man then crashed into a Jeep. He tried arguing with that man. A security guard of a nearby establishment saw him, opened fire, and ended the man who ended Brother Chew. And that is where the story ends. After this, word spread pretty quickly and was being talked about all over the internet. Tophia, as you can imagine, received a tremendous amount of support after this. People wishing her well, hoping that everything was good, and some people making donations. Now, if you know anything about the story of Tophia, a lot of people, even from the beginning of when this happened, had fears of her spending donation money wrongly. So, a GoFundMe was set up by Brother Chew's friends, and it now sits at $7.6 thousand. However, by the end of this video, you will find out that it has been losing backers. At the time since the shooting has taken place, it's been over 22 days. Brother Chew's body is still not in the ground, and Tophia is spending most of her time telling trolls to take accountability for their role in ending his life. In the following videos you're about to see, it's basically everything Tophia has posted online since the shooting occurred. She said that she's been advised not to say anything. However, the duration of this video, you can see that she has said quite a lot. In many of my videos, I'm very opinionated on the topics of what to cover. But in today's video, I'm just going to give you the straight up facts. I may throw in a bit of speculation every now and again, but it's going to be very few and far between. There's many moments in the story that are very hard to listen to. There are going to be moments where you might want to turn off the video, and I can't blame you for that. But any judgment that you have about anything we talk about here, all I ask is to wait till the end of the video to let me know down in the comments below. And with all that being said, we are now going to jump to March 13th, 2025, 2 days after the shooting. And I know I didn't decide not to post on social media, but I needed to update y'all. I don't know. How do you think that I'm not posting on social media? Like, that's what I call a goulash! You know, I wish you would have got help sooner. Mainly everything Tophia put up that first day was her in a very sad state, as you can obviously imagine. She was incredibly shaken up, and she was talking about the GoFundMe, and you could already see signs where she was saying that people could have helped them beforehand. This will become a very recurring topic throughout the course of this entire video. However, the following day, on the 14th, Tophia made a call-out video directed at someone who said that Mama Chew was due for her nursing. Tophia strongly disagreeing with this stance. She made a video telling them how little empathy that she truly had. So, hey guys, I wanna come on here and update you. Not the hospital visiting my brother, but I want to address this video, and I'm going to green screen it and reply to
Hey, Tophia! Hey!
Right now, Tophia is all over the place, and I'm glad for her, and
getting better and is recovering from this. I see this on social media asking for help. They're going. But at this point, I think that they should send her mom to a home, to a nursing home, where she's going to be needed, get taken care of, a warm bed, and she can recover from there. Now, Tophia, she's talking about all she did.
I think that's enough. I think I don't want to get this lady any more help. That's what she's doing. First of all, you said no handouts. I'm asking for money. First of all, Aunt Karen suggested to ask me to let people know if they wanted to give me cash out. I never asked. They wanted to ask for help. Second of all, you made this video over 1 minute.
Whoever gave us that, what do you call that?
Because you have 60,000 followers. You need 10,000 followers to get in the food account. You are profiting off of my situation. My brother is dead because people bullied me harassed me every place I lived at and got me kicked out of every single place. Right? You don't even take responsibility for that.
Accountability. Accountability for you get kicked out? What's on you, bitch?
Now everybody wants to help us because my brother is dying and we want to do something traumatic so everybody to suddenly want to help. And to suddenly want to help, we have been asking help for nothing. And it doesn't have to be money. You're talking about shelter. We went to a website that you just send me asking the person we went to.
Yeah, we want to help.
Our lady got a touch by a dog in the face. And the police is going to not put over the website because it was very, very, very unsafe. I have to taking a break, but you make this video over 1 minute to talk about my situation. Talking about no handouts, talking about I'm going to profit off of this. What are you doing? Talk about my situation over 1 minute. This video's over 1 minute, right? Aren't you profiting? Talk about what you suggested my mom going to a nursing home. We've been through a traumatic situation. We both have PTSD. She needs me here. She literally said that she wish I could stay, in her room, which I can't spend the night too. It's a two-person room, and you want us to be separated so that I'm not going to be alone and scared. During this situation where we were in a carjacking,
here's
me
the
and my
last
mom
piece.
both
What
were
do
in a
I win?
traumatic situation. My brother is dead.
2 days later, on March 16th, Tophia posted a series of Instagram stories where she claims that she has now planned the
Tophia, they're going to kill you.
also continues to imply that trolls are the reason that her brother is no longer with her.
Tophia, that's bullshit. Get your hot breath having ass on.
The trolls know that her brother is no longer here with us.
Daddy loves you.
The actions of people in the past, the
Tophia.
situation that she is in right now. But you also need to mention that she will defend herself time and time again by saying that
Tophia, you're there.
you should not try to fall
I know.
situation that wants the brother to getting killed, which is a ridiculous point. People saying that Tophia is not getting a job.
Y'all have fun down there. Hold on.
It's really weird. But also, just as insane, that those who called you out for having a messy house are the reason you are now in this situation.
About to make it come back.
Basically what I'm saying, Tophia shouldn't be blaming the trolls. The trolls shouldn't be blaming
not a troll.
It's bad customers, that's simple. And also, I wouldn't get too opinionated, but I felt that that was something you should keep in the back of your mind.
Sophia's own damn fault.
I'm supposed to
I'm supposed to feel bad
for my mom was in the hospital.
fucking
And my
smelly
brother said I was young and
son of a bitch
don't
like
tell
her.
me how to do differently. I planned my brother's funeral. We had everything set up and ready, for his funeral. His friends are doing something for him.
Brother Brad. And Brother Brett, I got my report
I
today.
set myself up because I
Met my
escaped
quota.
without any injury. If
Don't
I
worry, I
could
will
stay
be
in the
back.
car that was left out, I probably would have passed away.
Y'all ain't
And
too
people
bad.
would have celebrated that. Let's talk about the internet and why the internet is so bad. Because people don't have a place to live. Y'all showed up to us. Hold up. I am so sick and tired of people coming on the internet saying, well, you just had a job. You called my brother's job and told his job he was a health hazard.
Yeah, he's out.
What kind
He is a health hazard,
are you
yeah.
to tell me to get a job if I would have been fired? What does me having a house or me having a job have to do with gun violence? Because some guys couldn't steal my brother's car that wasn't his. What kind of a judgment
He almost made me
is
throw
it
up.
for people to say, well, you should have been talking about people's relatives? Well, you
Yep,
should
you
have
shouldn't
talking
have
about my dead sister and my dead grandmother first. And then say, well, that's karma. So it's okay for you to start shit with me, talk about my dead relatives, and then say, when she retaliates the way you started with her first, that's karma.
Yeah, you shouldn't have talked about those people like that, Sophia.
And then don't want to take accountability.
Talking about, saying all this mean shit. Like, that was everything.
We had a place to stay. We had a place to live. They were willing to work with us. But you know what happened?
My bad, Takeda. I just
did not have the place that we had last year, and then celebrated we didn't have a place and we were homeless. We had a place. We could have kept that place safe.
I'm on my way. But now, go ahead.
I didn't want my brother to take the responsibility of paying all the bills himself.
One of the things that Tophia mentioned was she constantly tries to push as reality is that they got kicked out of their place because of trolls. When she really got kicked out because they did not pay them. She said they would have been able to keep up paying them. That wasn't the truth.
Hold on. I'm coming for you. Let me get, what's that called?
We know now the brother she was working at.
What's that called?
Also that he was doing DoorDash on the side.
Quick Revive.
I'm not trying to just beat down to
I'm on my way.
Video when she is lying about things I will let you know that. Tophia is also starting to acknowledge that people are telling her that she needs to get a job to help support Mama. She now that all
Move, you little.
However, Tophia is saying that due to her trauma and PTSD, she can no longer get a job. Later in the video, you will hear her say that it's not just because of the shooting, but because of past troll experiences as well, and that will be a recurring theme, as you will see. In the following video you're about to see now, Tophia randomly stumbled upon someone selling a t-shirt design that looked like it had bullet holes in the shirt, and she felt that she declined a TikTok, being that she was the
Hey, Tophia, how fast did you run when you shot? How fast? That's what I want to know. Because I want to know if you ran. You guys think Tophia ran? I think she ran. I think she ran.
Why was the guy laying there dead? And bullets were on him, and they looked like bullet holes in the shirt. Looked like he got pew-pewed.
Yeah, he got pew-pewed.
I'm all for people promoting TikTok shops, right? And promoting products and stuff like that, and
You better hope they catch them.
and selling products, but
Because if they don't,
you literally are portraying gun
you
violence.
come back and he's going to pew-pew you.
You literally are portraying gun violence.
Yes, gun violence.
And my trauma, like, I know people are not responsible for people's traumas and triggers, but that was not a way to tell a secret.
Get it?
And I had zero life. I was the first person to come that. And the crazy thing about it was, I wasn't, like, I saw that first because I saw that it had zero life, zero comments. There are ways about posting something or selling something, but portraying gun violence and selling a t-shirt was not one of them. That was not it. I hope that people take the down. You know, I thought about it, so I was like, let me record it, let me show people because this is crazy. And I want to judge them because it's annoying me. But then there's the internet sending me for my brother's death rate. It's my fault because I didn't have a place.
Yeah, that's all.
I didn't get a job. Getting a job.
Yeah, we think you set it out.
My problem and my issue,
Like, how
and it
could
was
you have
not
done
really
that,
the
Sophia?
internet. It was sort of breaking the
He was
internet.
your brother.
What led up to the situation.
He was your
He
brother.
had a place. People would call every
And now they fucked around and they shot him. They shot him, Tophia.
I would get
Talking about,
oh,
I thought he was just asleep because he sleeps with his mouth open. I'm like, bitch, how the fuck you don't know he's dead? And shit. An incompetent bitch. That's what she is. She's incompetent.
Get a job.
Yeah, Tophia, get a job.
Do that. And then you guys have to get your dollar places. Don't keep it real.
You don't want mine. It probably tastes like
wrong with you? That influence and shit. You ain't gonna do shit with that, Tophia.
If my mom goes to a nursing home, if I put her in a nursing home, and I go and live my life, she's not going to have to live.
It is happy hour.
She's scared. She really wants you to be with her.
I'm glad.
Together. She's great. She's like, are they going to get us a place together? And I said, yeah.
I'm glad.
I don't know why people that are not in this situation are trying to tell me what to do. Because you think what's best.
I just want to mention something that Tophia said there that was a bit of a throwaway comment made on the caught. But she said that Mama should ask her if they are going to get a place
no,
for
Tophia,
her.
Jesus, he set me free.
Tophia said, yeah, of course. Now, I don't know if this is just hopeful optimism, but I do believe Tophia thinks that whatever help they're getting right now is going to lead to them just being given a house. Well, it's completely understandable that Mama Chu wants Tophia there by her side through all this. I think it's very unwise to just assume you're going to be given a place to stay once all this is said and done.
You can't sit here and say, oh, we think the resources. You can't sit here and say, oh, my friend,
destruction reigns on the unholy.
You don't know what is going on in my life.
Because that motherfucker's coming back.
You gave them resources, they've been thinking. Gun violence happens every day.
Gun violence does happen every day.
I'm afraid if I walk to my car, you know something's going to happen to me. It has nothing to do, you're blaming homeless people for gun violence. I'm afraid for other homeless people out there because what happens to me. And I see women that are about to be homeless with their kids. And it scares me. It's gun violence. At the end of the day, it boils down to that man. And what she did to my brother. And it's his fault. Nobody else's fault. And it's nobody else's fault.
Did you guys hear that voice?
And when I blame the internet, I'm leading up to what happened. The reason why. I don't even know if it was targeted from online either. I can't rule that out. But again, it's an active investigation. I can't say too much. So for y'all to sit here and really justify, it's so crazy.
I've seen some of that shit too.
It's so crazy. You all gotta take a step back.
I was like, holy shit.
And reevaluate your life and your reality. This could happen to you. This can happen to anybody, and you don't have to be homeless for this to happen to you. I'm tired of having to come on here and explain myself. And then people say, well, you're in the Insta story going back to your same old way. You're not taking care of yourself. Your brother is dead. Your mom's in the hospital. What are you doing? Why are you on here arguing with people? Why?
I try to tell you she won't take care of herself. I mean, take a look at her. Just take a look at Tophia.
About a situation and deterring people from having empathy and telling people don't help her, make her get a job.
Yeah, don't help her, make her get a job.
I'm supposed to leave my mom in the hospital, get a job with trauma, and have a mental breakdown in the middle of my job and not perform properly because you want me to not be a victim.
You don't perform properly
in this situation.
In the middle of the clip you just heard there, Tophia says it's the man who shot her brother's fault and nobody else's. And I think that's just the perfect encapsulation of this video as a whole. But in the next clip you're about to hear, I gotta give you a little bit of a warning before Tophia describes what she saw as being written down.
It is something so traumatic that you will never get out of your head. Imagine having to look over and see your family member die right before your eyes. It's over. Because the first time I looked over, I'm going to be honest, and I didn't say this. The first time I looked over, I thought he was asleep, because he usually sleeps with his mouth open. You know, kind of like my mom. So his mouth was open, so I thought maybe, you know, this wasn't a serious situation. Because I said, maybe it's
Motherfucker, his mouth was open and he's dead. Sophia, you incompetent motherfucker.
I had back in the recovery because I was like, he looks like he's asleep. He's not reacting to me. My brother reacts just
so incompetent.
So in that moment, I thought it was Troll trying to get a reaction. He's like, oh, just leave it, just they'll go away. That's what I thought. But then when my mom kind of alerted me, because I was waking up at that time, mind you, I was still just waking up. I was asleep. I know something's not right. And when I looked over, my brother was dead. I can't get that image out of my head. No matter how hard I tried. All because he couldn't have my brother's car.
All because he couldn't have my brother's car.
He couldn't have it.
He couldn't have it. Yeah.
This is the hardest thing Tophiachu has ever had to go through. It would be the hardest thing many people would have to go through. So everything is sad. That's just to be expected. Anyone would in this situation. So your family go down like this. And regardless of people telling her she should be on the internet or not, she is. And she's very sad about it no matter what. But the thing is, right? You can be sad. You can lash out and go, oh, it's all your guys' fault. And then come back and go, no, I'm sorry about that. That was not. This is a lot. You can make a mistake. And clearly, Coach, you're not in the right state of mind right now. But to continue doing this over and over, and now you yourself believe that the trolls had a hand in this, to the point where you even said this man could have been from the internet. And basically what I'm saying is, if she said all this and then walked it back and went, you know what, guys, I'm just going through a lot, don't take anything I'm saying seriously, I'd go, okay, whatever. But she's not, and she's actually believing it more and more.
It's just that people are saying I blame the internet. Up to this point. Yes, I am going to blame the internet. You guys say, well, you would have just got a place. Okay, so I could have took my money, the $3,000 I made, rented a place, and I would 100% bet you someone would have lost me. You would have been back in a situation where they're like, well, we gotta ask you to leave. You would have been living out of our car back on the street. How many times do I have to go through a situation where I'm being put on the street because of the internet, and they want to say it's my fault? Like I'm the one that's leaving the street. Like I'm the one that's doing this stuff. Like I'm the one that has a Reddit stalking me.
Yeah,
you guys called my brother's job when he was working to try to get him fired and say he's a house right there. How is that supposed to make me want to go get a job when I see my brother's already about to be fired? I freaked out because I said there goes our money. Luckily, it worked with him, and I was so scared that he was going to leave our support. And when I say 3K, I'm not talking in the sense of what I made, but I can take the thousands of dollars I made and rent a place. When I tried to support my family with money, I was supporting them too. And it's so crazy to think that gun violence has come to gun violence to get me to safety. It has to come to gun violence for people to say, hey, let me help you.
The following day on March 17th was really the day to me that Tophia got right home to her home place. Yes, she was fighting people all week long, but the majority of people she was yelling at were people who were calling her out directly. Over the next few days, we learned the news that she's now just starting to go back to going at anybody she doesn't like online, like Trump supporters, or even for some reason later in the video, recently deceased boxers.
I'm waiting on my food, but I wanted to talk about it. Messi 6, Michi, I blocked her. And I realized why I blocked her a long time ago.
Yep.
I had her blocked, but I guess I unblocked her because I was like, oh, let me just unblock her. And I realized why. You Trump supporters are the most hateful human beings on the planet. You're violent. You're violent, and you prove why you're hateful. Literally saying that my brother passing away is karma for talking about you being a Trump supporter and being nasty. You're fake earth beast. You are ugly human being on the inside and out. I've lost you. For you to literally say that because I called you stuff is you're because obviously you are. Why are you a Trump supporter? Why do you support a man who does horrible deceptive things? That's weird.
She then calls out another woman she was speaking with most of the week named Namaste Soldiers. Sophia would constantly tell this woman to stop responding to her, and then would respond to this woman's response to her.
I was sweet boy. I don't know how many high school you have. You don't think that way. Leave me alone. How much you got enough? You come over here and just say, "Can you talk about me?" You have honestly seen your comments that you come and analyze it. You said that my brother be unalive. So I really wish you would be alive. You were allowing people to be nasty and commenting. You don't know what resources I could have used over a cookie. They don't tell me I could use resources for a could have. You used me alone. Thank you. I'm tired of people saying, "Would you really think this a little bit?" Obviously, because resources, we wouldn't have been out in the streets. I'm so sick and tired of people not contemplating that gang violence, people violence has nothing to do with
Stop doing anything
resources
and everything.
Y'all harass us to put us in this situation. Now that we're in this situation, you don't understand as a victim. Now that you really make our money, money, and I'm going to talk off of this.
Oh, damn.
And first of all, what am I supposed to do? Like, you do know I went through so much traumatic. How is justice saying, "Well, look for work"?
Oh, man, I said that.
Carjacking your watch your brother died before their eyes.
You know what, Jenny? Sophia, you look just like your mom. Okay, Sophia.
And you think you're so mad that I could get
hell
leave me alone. Enough is enough. You don't have nothing right to say. Don't say anything at all. Okay? Thank you.
Enough is not enough.
Just watched.
Son of a bitch.
And I don't know where she got this from or who
She got this shit from. She got this shit from out of space. I don't know where she
is. Worried about the funds, the great funding
still got a lot of issues. Don't worry, Sophia, I got some of my
and there are people like that. I will say there are tons of people who don't want to see Sophia get money. But there are also tons of people who are very worried that this money will not go to the right place. And there's already signs of that happening. Now we get into a little bit of speculation here, but in the beginning of the video, you heard Sophia say that they were planning the funeral, and now I'm going to spoil a little bit of what we're going to get into later. But again, Brother Chu is still, as far as I know, the funeral has not taken place. The GoFundMe money is still sitting there, and no talk of any funeral seems to be happening anymore. Also, too, is talking about people being jealous of her getting this support. It's also important to mention that around this date on the 17th, there were two GoFundMe up, one for Brother Chu's funeral and one for Tophia herself. As previously mentioned, the one for Brother Chu received $7.6 thousand in support. But what I didn't tell you is that Tophia's received $100. And about maybe, I would say a day or two after the 17th, it was gone. The GoFundMe for Tophia was taken down. Now again, most people donated to Brother Chu's friends, to go towards his funeral, but Tophia's GoFundMe also said it was going towards Brother Chu's funeral. However, I do remember, when you looked in the description, there was no, it never said anywhere that the money would be going towards that. But the criticism people were throwing at Tophia online was that she was just using this situation as a way to go, hey, donate to this GoFundMe. And so whereas Tophia is saying the trolls could have, given them the help beforehand and this wouldn't have happened, the trolls are saying Tophia could have went out and got a job beforehand and none of this would have happened. It's really just become one big cycle. The following day on the 18th, Tophia found herself in a pretty tricky situation. When she had ordered a TikTok cookie, and she hadn't told her she was back at the police center, and today you have to review it on your page. So, they sent it to her, but she wasn't able to go with everything going on, and she also felt that it probably wasn't a good idea to review a product right now, with being out of her current situation. So she made this video right here explaining the whole deal.
I have to do a review of this hoodie I got. It's a hoodie that has like TV mix, and I love TV mix. It was delivered, and I messaged the company saying, hey, my brother died. I'm going through a situation. I won't be able to make a review. So, if I don't review this product, I'm gonna face it, right? So I gotta post this video. I'm gonna tag it if you want to get a hoodie below. Sorry, this is not a good time to be promoting a product, but what can you do? It ain't your time. And I make this video, but I just tag them below if you want to get the hoodie. And I don't have it. It's just not delivered, and I can't pick it up, so have a good day, guys. See you guys later. Bye. So some people are asking what I was promoting in my videos. It was a TV mix hoodie, and because TikTok took it down, because I think they said, I forgot what the violation was. So TikTok took that video down, and because it was recorded and took it down, that's why I believe they removed the tag from it. It was, I keep wanting to say unauthentic, but it wasn't. It had something to do with not having the product.
Disgusting.
Or something like that. Because I've seen people say, I don't have the product because, you know, da-da-da-da-da, but they still talk about the product and say, if you want to get you one, go get you one. That's what I basically did. But because of that, my video got flagged.
Why you look like a rodeo?
And then they put it back up. So, sadly, that's what happened to Ruin. And I'm not going to make another video and repost.
In the next video you're about to see, Tophia defends herself from people attacking her now by saying that she has never attacked anybody in the past. And this is something that she says time and time again, despite anyone who's ever watched her streams knowing that that is very far from the truth. She always uses the same excuse for why she couldn't possibly have ever attacked anyone or said anything disparaging, because she records all of her streams, and she has the proof. If you want her to post it, she will, but she never does. But she'll be sure to say she has it just to keep people on edge.
I know
Don't worry, guys. Nikolai is coming for
those
you.
videos that people are posting there and like justifying what happened to me, right? You do know that I see pieces of my live stream. I have the whole recording. Do you want me to whip out the full recording? You ask like piece for every action move in the action. I would say that. So why are you asking like I just randomly attacked you? I'll pull up my whole live stream.
Don't pull up.
If you want to go there with 50 pieces of my live stream, it doesn't work anymore.
Open investigation.
That's why my live stream is fully recorded. So people can't do stuff like that.
Teddy bears and
I
bottles.
needed you to play that game. I could pull up my whole live stream and play
What's that
what
smell?
you wouldn't play.
Maybe I should.
You don't know why you won't play that? Come on. You know why you won't play. Sorry, my boyfriend. I just woke up. Context. Give context. You don't want to give context? Then I'll give context. You don't want to hold yourself accountable? Well, I'll make sure you be held accountable. I'm so sick and tired of people not being held accountable for the reason why we're in this situation. Saying, oh no, she wants to blame us. Like, somebody on Reddit says, oh, she's blaming us. First of all, would you have let me live somewhere, or are you going to leave places easy and give me evicted? Not even if you evicted because I don't have any evictions. Are you going to get me thrown out of that place? You would have tried to find where I was at.
Yeah.
And tried to get me kicked out.
Yep. Don't you know?
If
Don't
you
you know?
understand that for real, you guys do not want to take accountability for stalking and harassing someone on Reddit. Wow.
One thing I want to mention before we go further is that being found with fatal catchphrases home the Reddit stalkers. And this all comes from the woman you see on screen must supposed to be a fan pattern. And if you don't recognize the video on screen right here, this is Karen's court. The video that shows up when you just look up the words Aunt Karen on TV. It's her and Tophia, and it's really just a video where Tophia ends up screaming and crying at the end, and it's what most people know Aunt Karen for, and it's also what a lot of people found Tophia by doing. And really, I wouldn't call her a troll, not in any sense, but she had Tophia on her stream. She basically invited a bunch of other girls on there. They made Tophia cry, as I previously mentioned, and Tophia never really liked Aunt Karen after this. But now with Aunt Karen coming out and going, I support you, Tophia, enough for all these Reddit stalkers, Tophia now just quotes Aunt Karen, using her as a source at all times now, basically just says, Aunt Karen said this, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. What's incredibly ironic about all this is that Tophia is saying that the only reason she made a GoFundMe for Tophiachu is Aunt Karen told her to. And if you don't remember, Aunt Karen said she got exposed for scamming people through GoFundMe all those years ago. It really doesn't have that much relevance to the video as a whole. It's just why Tophia is constantly calling the Reddit stalkers now. Because Aunt Karen said it, not Tophia.
Why am I always needing ammo?
When I went live that one time, is that I wasn't able to go live with my brother just in case because you're the one people to know what we did. Basically, literally, that's what I said. Like, my brother told me I couldn't go live because people will find out what religion is to get there. Use your common sense. That life is physical too. You never want to take accountability as still blaming someone.
I mean, how poetic is that to say you're just blamed everyone for your situation? And then, right before it, like, I'm choking up over my own words here because I'm just stunned that she even said this. That Tophiachu, back when he was alive, said that once I get a place, you can live there, but you can't scream there. And to me, all that tells me is he was fed up with all this shit, with the trolls obviously, with the TikTok nonsense, and he was probably just gonna be like, hey, live under my roof, get a job, you know, like, just stop this shit. No more screaming, no more of this nonsense. But Tophia doesn't see it that way. She sees it as, we couldn't stream because you trolls would have come after us. And Tophiachu probably saw it as, man, I just hope you actually quit that shit to get a job if you need in the place. Probably speculating a lot more than that shit, but there's a part of me that after hearing that thinks he probably wanted her so bad or like do something for him and his mom. If they were all three of them to live together. Tophiachu obviously couldn't be there. You know, it's just, I don't know. It really seems like Toph could have done something to stay down through this entire time. I'm not saying that's the reason that all this happened. Absolutely not. It's not her fault at all. Just like it's not the troll's fault. But when she heard say that, the brothers didn't even want her screaming, it finally, to me, at least answers the question of what the other family members probably thought about this. Especially considering they could never get any season 5 of their own, or in privacy of Tophia always having her camera on.
You blamed out Karen. Or Karen's court. Okay, you said she bullied me.
Maybe I shut
No.
up.
And then you have this Reddit, which is right, where you're literally stalking me. Is she stalking me now? No, you are. You're the one stalking me
Explosives
now.
make things so much easier.
Is our Karen actively harassing me now? No. You're actively harassing me now. You want to look and drop the people who were a part of that situation and blame them. Let's be for real about this. You didn't indirectly analyze my brother, but you contributed to how the controls and doing what you did by making that video, letting everybody know you were out sleeping out of our car. You put us in an unsafe situation because I wasn't going to tell anyone because my situation was already unsafe to begin with. You put us in that unsafe situation. Like, she didn't have to make that video. And it's not that people get to keep their job or frankly the job full because I don't think that should be allowed. Imagine telling them that they have to get out so you can tell that we left our room dirty because we didn't have time to clean our room. First, my brother did not want to deal with the other maid too. There was another maid that was causing problems for us. And he said, if she starts anything, if you ever say anything, you stay here, I'll handle the room. The only stuff he left was the garbage. The refrigerator full of food was groceries we had just bought to make our dinner.
8 days ago, damn, that nigga got
Brand
shot.
new meat and food and things that we were going to cook with.
Maybe I
That's
should
not
just
on
drink
food.
instead. Piss on someone.
It's so crazy.
That is all it is.
Nobody else wants to take accountability for the contribution to my harassment, to my suffering, to my traumatic incidences that happened, to everything. You don't want to take credibility for it.
See, something that takes to the grown up there is a split situation. What if somebody sees that? There's a lot of people thinking of their own later on in this video, but in the context of Fearless speaking of her, she did nothing wrong. She posted a video not even saying the Claudel family. She posted a video of a horribly filthy meme of somebody who was there who was just kicked out because of not paying rent. And again, didn't even mention you guys. It was only until you went to the internet, Tophia, and freaked out about it that people
I need to
figured out
find
it's
some
you.
letter. I'm gonna
She
get
has said this
bored
for
here.
months now, ever since they got kicked out of their apartment in the first place.
Better be
If
good.
Swift never went public with that video, nobody would have ever known they were homeless, and she wouldn't have had to disclose that. But, again, it goes back to them leaving the house, or the apartment, I'm sorry, in such disarray, it was really felt the need to have to record it online. And it was in order to speak. They see it always neglects to bring that up, and also that's the reason they got kicked out. The trolls were messing with them, and it really nothing was going on wrong. That's alright, not the horrible room, just the trolls. And that's not the truth at all. But we'll get back to straight over. Continuing on the live stream, we see a posted video where she talks a little bit more about the shooting, and then goes on to talk about how an article was written about the topic. And you'd be so thrown off to hear what she's so pissed off about. Like, what do you think about this article to get this woman like upset? Well, it's the fact that she's not mentioning it.
You know, I thought about it. That was
See what happens when you touch people
like I said, I've always said this, that he couldn't get in, so maybe that's why he did that. He was mad, the doors were locked, and he couldn't get in. You know? Sometimes I want to block that out, you know? I don't want to leave it this night, and I was there, I'm getting some fights. But I wake up.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know how to process. I don't know how to make sense of it because there's still unanswered. There's still questions unanswered because, like I said, it's an active investigation. We haven't really heard much from this detective. This article comes out. Some of the information they're given is not correct information. Not only is it not correct information, but they left me out of the whole incident. Like, they literally only mentioned my brother and my mom. Like, if I didn't jump out of the car and call 911. And I'm not saying that I should get mentioned in an article, but when articles, especially, like, the Albuquerque Journal, I've always thought of it as, like, you know, something where people die, they get information, and they fact check that, right? So when you fact check this stuff, to say my mom was shot in the neck is crazy. You got people out here believing my mom was shot in the neck. You say, she may never die. Right? You don't even know if that guy was the guy. Because to be honest, so much stuff happened to me in that moment as he was doing what he did, that, you know, it's hard for me to kind of picture what she looks like. You know, kind of put a face to it. Because it happened so fast to me. In a matter of seconds, you know, so look over my brother was asleep, I didn't have a reaction. But then my mom alerted me, and like I said, that's when I realized something was not right. In a matter of seconds, he was trying to get on one side, he smashed everyone on the other side, tried to get my mom out, and took the car. In that moment, it felt like it was like minutes, it was seconds. And because everything was going on, I didn't really look at it because I was so terrified. I kind of looked at it because I was kind of trying to, you know, they asked me like, oh, what does he look like? You know,
I'm glad.
But since everything happened, it kind of brought his face from my memory.
Now, this part I absolutely don't doubt. I don't feel like anybody who was curious about the situation would. It was the middle of the night. It was like probably dark as hell. You can't see this dude's face clearly, and that toes, even if she was trying to look at it, it's going to be tough to remember with everything going on. So in this case, I get what she's talking about completely here. Like, I've never obviously been in this situation, but if I was, I don't think the first thing I'd be doing is trying to identify this dude's face. She said precisely, but still, I don't understand how hard that is. The following day, on March 20th, Tophia decides to go back to her Instagram story, and this time say that she is just done with the Reddit. And I really don't know how she does it, but somehow, some way, politics gets brought back into this.
When I saw you, I'm not going back and forth together. You can post whatever you want and try to make yourself look good and justify you reading those comments and getting you addicted, but then turning around and attacking me saying if I had a place, gun violence gonna happen or gun violence happens every day. And ever since Trump's got into office, everything went downhill. I don't remember a time. I do remember a time when Joe Biden was in office that gun violence was high. But you have to remember all the laws that was put into place when Joe Biden got into office was Trump's doing. You guys fail to realize that laws take a long time to go into effect. So when Trump passed the law during his presidency before Joe Biden got into office now to fix everything Trump did, and only for Trump to turn around now in his presidency and undo everything that Joe Biden did. We are so screwed. And every time the crime was typically high. But I've never seen crime this high in Albuquerque. And I would wholeheartedly, I'm going to blame Trump. I'm sorry. But when Joe Biden was in office and the crime was high, it was because of Trump's policies. All of this high crime and violence is because Albuquerque police are very violent. I mean, look what they did January 6th, and they refused to take accountability for that. And innocent life were protecting the Capitol. Because you want to storm the Capitol, because you want to act like you didn't unalive people, all because President Trump, you did something and you caught while the supporters weren't running, you weren't running. And harmed innocent people that have the opportunity to have kids. Just with the doctor overthrow the government, that's crazy. And then attack on Fred and be like, you literally stood on Fred saying, y'all literally and then attack her because you want to play fake. I'm sorry, but it was used to stop me. You could keep posting all these other posts from a while back saying, look, she's a horrible person, look at this. Right now, people are saying you're a stalker. Address that now. Stop bringing up stuff from years ago. You're deflecting. You're moving the goalposts.
You gotta move the goalpost.
No, it ain't gonna happen. You can't move the goalposts anymore.
Reach for right tonight.
So let me explain to you what Tophia is talking about right here. She's complaining about people sharing clips of her from the past and saying, like, look what she said and look what's happened now. She said horrible things in the past, and Tophia said that doesn't matter. That stuff in the past, you're moving the goalpost. Acknowledge you being a stalker. It doesn't matter what I've done in the past. Now, you may ask, well, what exactly has she done in the past? And one video to me is shoot the money that shows you some pretty shitty attitude from Sophia, not even that long ago. Because you can see on screen calling out other people's parents, talking about people's dead relatives all the time. And in the beginning of the video, you may have heard her name the people of her dead relatives first, like her grandma and her sister who was never born. And Tophia attributes a few shitty people saying that to now her being able to say whatever she wants about anyone's dead relatives who goes at her. And I truly mean that because the people in her chat that she's letting them go at are just criticizing her for normal shit. But she feels like if she's been wrong in the past, she can now wrong them to the highest degree. And just in fairness, Tophia says people need to now look within themselves and go, you're a Reddit stalker or whatever, and not move the goalpost. I think it's fair that I show you one specific video that shows you the type of shit Tophia has no problem saying about others.
I have a house and you don't. I have a living mother and you don't. So why don't you go dig her up from the grave and visit her? I have nothing to say that. I have 2 parents and you don't. So don't worry about that. Oh, your grandmother did so fine. At least my grandmother made it to heaven. Is yours? Is that the one that had cancer? No, look, I'm not going to make fun of someone's cancer. That's not what I was going to do. But if you got a criminal illness, and you're worried about someone's documentary, I think you got more depressing things to worry about than someone's documentary. Especially. You got a life-threatening illness. You got an expiration date you need to worry about. You got a schedule you need to keep.
Why am I so heavy now?
To worry about that.
So yes, I think it's incredibly justified to call you out on that stuff still now today because of how smugly you claimed that stuff in years past. And I'm sorry, I know I said again, I've been repeating this a lot, that I try to stay objective here, but when you hear her say shit like that, it throws all of the sympathy you have out the window. And if it couldn't possibly get any worse, in the next video, we jump to March 21st, where Tophia is in the room with Tophiachu, and Moses is leaving the show. And it is going off, it's beeping like crazy, and people in the chat have so much easier. So that means the non-vote of the Tophiachu is adding the
suitable for a
and all
Soviet.
this is going on while Tophia is sitting there smuggling making a TikTok, trying to
Tophia's a sack of shit,
Christian channel. Listen, no matter, like, this is my whole thing with this, right? Like, no matter what side you're on, right, left, all this shit, why does this matter to you right now? Like, now we're getting way off topic now. Why does any of the shit you're about to say matter to you? She's about to call her out for her, like, liking and Elon Musk tweet, and then something about praying for Diddy. Now, praying for Diddy, that's crazy weird. And like, anybody who's going on praying for Diddy definitely deserves to be called out. And with that being said, Brother Chu had on his call the words Free Diddy 2025 written. Now, before you ask, I always wondered too, did you even write this? Did a friend maybe write it? You didn't notice and someone took a picture? You know, what's the real context of this? Well, Tophia will tell you herself. And I really want you to hear her tone while talking about Brother Chu, and then her tone later on while talking about Christian Cheney. Because it seems like she's trying to make it okay for Brother Chu, but it's definitely not okay when anybody else does it.
I have no control over what Disney does. I need to do that.
Blood is a classic.
Don't come and do that. I don't know. I just...
Hey guys, look what I
Whatever
did.
is your kind of hard, you know? Whatever that you need, everything, you know, I don't know maybe but the city of the boat, I don't think, like, making life a situation when the city of the boat, like, yeah, well, people didn't know the severe, like, the severity of the situation until everything started coming out. So, I don't got much to do with it. And I mean, it's not like, that's what it is, and that's the kind of thing. And I gotta tell people how to do it, because yeah, they are discussing when people was making the baby oil milk, maybe because they knew the severity of the situation. I think we think about it. I can't say anything about that because the frustration. I mean, to an extent, I literally told my mom that. I said, watch, if these trolls really actually read what's on the car, we're gonna get it, I said. And I already knew it. I already told my mom. Because although she was like making jokes, like literally, I said that joke is not funny considering that a 10-year-old is both.
So you hear it. It's not funny. It's not funny to Toph. But there's nothing she can do out of it. It's out of her control. And it's not like she's going to admonish Brother Chu for it because it doesn't matter that much to her.